Hello, welcome to Exotic Gardening with me, Yorkshire Kris, and in this week's episode we're going to do a traditional unboxing. So I've got a box here, hopefully full of plants. I'm going to open the box, show you how they arrived, what plants we've got and where we're going to plant them in the garden. So without further ado, let's open the box. So I should say the order came from Cotswold Garden Flowers. So I've never bought from them before. It's the first package I've got, and it's come in a recycled box, which is great because this was originally a box of dates. So let's just open this. Don't need scissors, hopefully. I should be able to rip it open. And we have got newspaper as wrapping in there, which is good to see, so nice recycling. Let's see how everything's packaged and what we've got. So this is exciting. First plant is this green thing. So this is a division. I knew it wouldn't be a full plant in a pot, because that was described in the order. And oh, this is old paper, so this is paper from October 2025, so obviously they kept some old newspaper for packaging, which is interesting. Let's see if we've got a label. We have. So this is definitely a plant I need to get in the ground or pot up straight away, and this is an evergreen, and it's a sort of sub-shrub, and it does tolerate drought conditions, and that's exactly why I got it, because I want it in the end of the garden where it's very dry because of all the bamboos, eucalyptus and palm trees. So this is Danae racemosa, so I'll put the name on the screen so you can see that. It's got a lovely growth points down here, nice fresh roots. It's obviously been grown in some good sandy soil. I can see a bit of sandiness on there, but it is bare roots, so that will need to be watered well and planted up straight away. Let's see what else we have. So it's always exciting when you get new plants, isn't it? And to be fair, I've not bought any plants really much. I bought a few when I went over and saw George last autumn. We went to his local garden centre, but I rarely buy plants. I spend most of the money on actually landscaping, so it's nice to spend a little bit of money on some plants. Now this one looks just like a pot, to be honest, so we'll see what we've got. This is, oh yes, good. There's not a lot to look at here. Got a little weed in the pot, which we don't want. We'll get rid of that. This is Acanthus sennii, which is a plant I first saw growing down in Norfolk. And it is a plant which has nice serrated leaves, or will do when it grows, and really nice red flowers. And again, this will tolerate should tolerate drier conditions in full sun. So this will again grow in the second half of the garden behind me. Not much to look at the moment, but you can see underneath we've got some good roots there. So that one I'll keep in this pot, I think. We'll get it into some growth and then we'll plant it out a bit later in the year. Now, the next one is in a pot with roots and leaves, so that's a good start. What we got here, another page of the Metro newspaper. So this is a Kniphofia This is Kniphofia, it should be Kniphofia rooperi. That is well potted in there. That's desperate to get into the ground or a bigger pot. It's really tight, so I can't even move the label. But this will get to a big, large size, at about 1 metre or so, maybe more in diameter and height. And this is a plant with those tall rhizomes of orangey red, yellow flowers. I've got a few smaller Kniphophias in the garden, and this is another one to add. And again, this will like nice sunny conditions. Some will tolerate quite free draining soil, but a lot need a lot of moisture. So we'll look up on this one, see what it needs. But it's a nice tropical look, hardy plant for the garden. Now should be, that's 3 plants we've had. I ordered 5, so let's see what else we've got. So, number 4. This is one I've wanted for a while. It's not super tropical, but it has large, big, hairy leaves. This is a Bergenia, and this is Wilton. And this, like I said, you can see the quite nice hairy leaf there. This will get bigger and bigger, much bigger leaves. Should be very hardy, and it can grow once it's established. Should tolerate a bit of drier conditions, a bit of shady conditions as well. So hopefully, once it's established, it should do really well in the garden, because I need lots of plants that doesn't need too much water and can tolerate some shade. So hopefully this is a good plant for those conditions. It has got green fly on this, but I can't see any other pests. Bit of aphids on there. So I'll just rub those off. Give this a good water. I'll let it sort of settle itself probably for a week or 2, and then I'll plant it out. And the last plant is the biggest plant. So this is an exciting plant for shade and dry shade, the hardest conditions to accommodate in the garden. If you want plants for the dry shade, you're quite limited. It's always good to find one that will do well in those conditions. So this is a plant I've never grown before. I've seen it in lots of, seen it online, I've seen it in people's gardens. Look at this, look at these leaves, almost crinkly holly-like leaves. And this is an Epimedium, and this is spine Tingler. And you can see why it's called that, because it is very sort of crinkly, quite noisy. And this will change colour throughout the season. So it's got these limey green leaves at the moment, but they will have this reddish colour as well later on. So it's a great plant for dry shade. And this is a nice big plant. Look at, to show you the roots under there. Really good roots on there. So this will go straight in the ground at the bottom of the garden. It's finished flowering, it has flowered already, you can see on here. But yeah, I'm really happy with that, because that will do really good in the shadier, dry part of the garden. So there we are, not a long video today. We've got 5 plants specifically chosen for more difficult parts of the garden. Not overtly tropical or exotic, but I think they'll fit in really well in my garden. So I won't plant them straight away. We'll do that once I've settled in a bit for these smaller ones. Obviously the bare rooted one I will have to sort of give it a water and plant, and then this one could go in as well. But the other 3 we'll give it a few weeks before we plant them up, and I'll show you that in a later video when they're planted out in the garden. So thank you for watching this edition of Exotic Gardening UK. Join me next time, where I'll be doing more in the garden.